Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Profit with Principles. I am your host, Regina Bergman. Delighted to be here with you this morning and to have this amazing group of women with me. I'm going to allow each of them to introduce themselves. Uh, is our mastermind. We meet once a month with a mastermind, and I get the opportunity to mastermind with these amazing women, and the things that they're doing in the world are just awesome. And so we bring our conversation here uh, to the show every first Monday of the month. So welcome, ladies. We've got a little technical issue that Carol's working on here. There we go. She got it. Carol, you are still muted. However, so everyone, please check, make sure you're not on mute. And let's have you go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let's start with Miss Sean Morris, Sean Carol Morris. Sean, tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Sean Carol Morris. I've been in publishing for over 30 years. I do ghostwriting, formatting, editing, and pre-flight for your publishing needs. I also am an author myself. I am currently working on a series of annotated short stories um, from the Gothic era.
Oh, wow. Very nice. If you have anything you want to know about publishing, this woman is, she's the one you need to talk to. She's been in publishing for years. I never fail to learn from Sean when we are together. She is a wealth of information. I'm so thrilled that she's a part of our group. Thank you, Sean. Let's hear from Carol next. Carol, tell us who you are.
Okay, am I unmuted now?
You are.
Okay, okay. Well, I don't know how that happened. That was weird. So anyway, I'm Carol Henderson, and I have Life by Design. I help people to look better, live better, and feel better by teaching them how to walk in their bodies that they have now, and yet walk in a healthier, more productive way. So that's kind of what I do.
Awesome. Awesome. And Carol is doing some exciting things in the health and wellness arena. Happy to see what you're doing there, Carol. Really
I'm
appreciate all the
excited
work that you're
about it.
doing.
I am very excited
Yeah.
about all the things that are coming.
Making a difference in people's lives. It's what it's
Yes.
all about, right, ladies? Making a difference in
Amen.
people's lives.
Amen.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear from Miss Barbara Ellison.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm Barbara Ellison. I'm founder of the Wellness Playroom, where wellness is about so much more than just not being sick. It's about aging gracefully so that you can have the physical, financial, and mental wellness to enjoy every area of your life.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much. And again, I'm your host, Regina Bergman. I am an international best-selling author of Bulletproof Your Marriage. I really connect with each of these ladies in so many ways. Our paths cross, if you will, in the work that we do. I also work with others to help them promote their books, get their books out, get it out of them and out to the world to help the world know who they are. And so many other projects. We can talk about those later. Right now, though, I want us to dive into our topic for today. So the topic that we've chosen today is one that many small business owners struggle with, and that is getting your message out to the world in a way that the world wants to know more about you and wants your services. So we're going to talk about our messaging this morning and this journey of getting it right, because it's not an event, right, ladies? It's not a one-time thing, it's a journey. Yeah. So what I heard each of these ladies say this morning is not what I heard them say 6 months ago, right? Your message has changed. As you evolve, your message evolves, right? So, Sean, talk to us a little bit about your journey in your messaging, if you will, and what this message, how important the message is in getting it as right as we can.
Well, if people don't know who you are and what you do, they can't find you. They can't work with you. They're never going to know how that you can help them, or if you would even be someone they would even be interested in talking to about what they do. You have to be very clear and put it out what you do, who you are, and how you can help them. Excuse me. I discovered recently that I can't take allergy pills anymore, and that's really kicking my butt. I live in New Orleans. It's an allergy capital. But you really need to be clear to yourself, not just to your clients, to be focused on what it is that you want to do and what change you want to make in the world. And you have to be able to articulate that in a way that others can understand and to know you by how you present yourself, what messaging you're putting out, so that they can work with you. If you are not clear on that, if you're like, well, I help people do stuff, or, or I really like to help people, that's not really very helpful to say that. You have to be clear, well, what do you help people do? And how do you do that? And what kind of people can you help? Because nobody can help everybody.
Right.
You have to be very focused on that. There's a lot of ways you can be confusing in your messaging, and you really have to take the time to learn yourself, to really spend some time thinking about what it is that you want out of your life, so that you can decide what you want to do to be of service to other people.
Very good. Very good. When you apply for a job, you create a resume, right? And that resume is all about you, right? It's all about what skills and experiences that you've had that you bring to the job. But your ideal clients don't want to hear your resume, do they? They want to hear, what can you do for me? How can you get me from where I am to where I want to go? And so everything Sean just said to us about that messaging is so important. And as we figure out our messaging, we need to present it in such a way that it is, as the term is, customer facing, I believe, but so that when that prospect, that ideal client of yours, looks at it, they say, I need to talk to this person. They've got the answer for me. But if it's all about you, they're not going to listen. They're not going to pay any attention, because they don't want to know about you. They want to know about what you can do for them, how you can get them from A to Z, point A to point Z, which is where they want to go. Thank you, Sean. Barb, talk to us a little bit about your journey with messaging.
Oh, which time?
How about since I met you?
Right.
It's been a journey, right?
It has, and I think that's the biggest thing, is it is a journey. The thing is, I have found for myself is that so often when I was trying to do it on my own, I wasn't getting anywhere, because I didn't have the skills to get it out there succinctly, but didn't even know how to get it out there. Because one of my favorite sayings is that you don't know what you don't know until someone else tells you something that you don't know. And that's where collaboration comes in. What Sean said is absolutely essential. Know what you want to do and who you want to do it for, but then ask other people what they think. Because to resonate, I came on this call this morning with, this is what do you think? And because when you get other opinions, I think because so often people try to be too general. Mm-hmm. They want, because we really do want to help everybody. But if you're trying to help everybody, you don't help anybody, because nobody can hear you in
Yeah.
in the millions. There's 7 billion people on the planet. Well, how many entrepreneurs? How many of them are entrepreneurs? There's a lot. So when you can really narrow down exactly as Sean said, narrow it down to who exactly you want to talk to. And that one of the things for me, it changes. As you grow, you might think like when I first lost my husband, I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life talking to widows. That did not last. Wasn't something that I was called to do.
Right.
You know? And so now it's like one day it hit me. It's like, well, I want to talk to people who are young at heart like me. And how do they get that? Because there's so many people that are reaching middle age and they're not liking what they're seeing in the mirror, or they're not liking the way their body is not responding. But I used to be able to do it 5 years ago. Why can't I do it now?
Yeah.
How to stop that aging process? And it's like I've come home.
Yes.
To what I'm really supposed to be doing. But it's a process. And don't despise the process, and don't despise the little steps and all the little nooks and crannies that you go into on your journey. You can't go on a journey. Like I live near Chicago, and I'll give you an example. One of the roads, a certain spot in Chicago, in order to go west out of Chicago, I have to go east. It's just one of those little road things that you have to go east in order to go west.
Right.
Well, our journey is no different. And you might be at that little spot in your journey where you have to go this way a little bit because I want to go there. And it's
good
just
analogy.
It's in that little journey that you've taken a little, either a detour or a little road, the way the road went, and then all of a sudden, now I can go. And that's where I've been at for the last few months. Now I've got it that I can go that way.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
As you've achieved this level of really getting comfortable with your messaging and what it is that you want to do, what is that transformation you want people, who you want to help achieve the transformation, and what that transformation is, what has that done for your confidence level?
People it's like, Barb, you just exude what the people that you wanted to attract. And that's exactly it. I want to have the young at heart. I have a t-shirt that says I'm a senior, that it's a senior, a strong, energetic, no nonsense, inspiring, outrageous rebel looking for my next adventure. And that's me to a T, and that's who I want to attract. Because I want to have people to play with.
Yeah. I think we've known each other, 3 years now, probably?
3 or 4 years.
And I think you are at least 10 years younger than when I met you.
Oh. Yes.
At least.
Yeah.
She's going backwards, folks.
Because I've been doing the things, and I have Regina in my confidence in my messaging, Carol because she introduced me to things that have just been absolutely amazing for my physical well-being. And so I love my life. I love my life.
Yeah, it shows. It really does. And I think when we first met, you definitely weren't in that space.
I was lost.
You were.
You
were. No, and that is really a good word to describe how you appeared when I first met you.
I was lost. I was searching.
Yeah.
I was searching. And I think that's one of the things is that just if you're still in the searching stage, yay, go for it. Go for it. You're searching. You will find it. Don't ever stop searching.
Right. Yeah.
If you had told me
there's nothing wrong with being there. You can't get where you want to be if you don't go through it.
With searching.
Yeah.
You can't look. You can't find buried treasure if you stop digging.
There you go. I like that. Awesome.
So keep digging. If you're in the searching stage, hey, call me and we'll talk.
There you go. I love it. And you've all talked, and Carol, I'm going to get to you in just a second here, but you've all talked so far about making an impact, making a difference in the world.
Difference in the world.
And that's kind of where it starts, is what is that impact that I want to make in the world? What is the difference? How do I want to impact the lives of others? What legacy do I want to leave? So Carol, let's go to you and let's talk about your messaging journey for a moment. And then we'll give everybody, before we hop off, we'll give everybody an opportunity to share what their message actually is at this point. But I want to hear more about the journey, because I think that's so important for people to understand that it is a journey and you never arrive. Right? Okay, Carol, tell us about your journey.
Well, how long ago did we meet, Regina? Was it 5?
Oh my
8?
goodness.
I mean,
I was looking the other day trying to figure out when that conference, it was probably 2015 or 16 when we met.
okay.
Yeah, it was 15 or 16.
I was thinking it was a little before that, but I've been going to ask Becky when that was. But
Yeah.
when I first met Regina, we were both speakers at a conference, and we kind of sort of talked and met, and then later on I started working with her in some of her classes, which are fabulous. I'm going to give you a shameless plug there. I mean, if you have any questions, get a hold of Regina. Yeah,
Thank
all
you,
three of
ladies.
us have been in those classes.
Yeah,
But I was saying I'm semi-retired. I live on a lake. I had closed my brick and mortar, which was a modeling agency. And, I was doing the things I'd always done, sort of. I did some scouting. I did some nutritional counseling. And when I was at the agency, the parents would say, "Oh, go see Carol, see if she can get you well. And if she can't, I'll take you to the doctor." And that was kind of the way the parents acted and treated me. And I was glad to do it. But Regina kept saying, "Carol, you can't say you're semi-retired. Your brain is sticking on the retired instead of the semi. You've got to get fully engaged, and you've got to quit telling people that you're semi-retired." And so it took a while for these wonderful women to convince me to do some workshops and classes and things that I had done very often in my brick and mortar, because I have like a 40 plus years of experience in my health and wellness and some major results. And Barbara and I have since started doing a podcast, and Regina actually, I think, interviewed me a couple of times, and I have a track record, but it wasn't until recently that I really realized the track record I have in helping people to be healthier and to be, happier because they're healthier, especially as they age. And so that's kind of where my messaging has changed, and I still am working on it. And the other day I was in a class, and somebody said, basically, you have a buffet. And I do.
There you
And
go.
so part of that messaging was that I have a buffet of ways to help you reach your goals. And that's been my sticking point, because I could do a messaging here or a messaging here or a messaging here. And actually, Regina, you're going to love this. We're starting a podcast with Keith as Grandpa
Awesome.
Henderson's homestead. So,
I love it. I love it.
and so, it's like things are just spreading out more and more and more. And so that's, I guess, is that kind of what you were wondering?
That's what I was looking for. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
another tagline that I've come up with is, come for the advice and stay for the experience.
Love it.
So.
And I love how you found a way to get everything under one umbrella.
Yes.
So many of us, as you've heard from all the things that we do, so many of us do multiple things.
Yes.
And we don't want to stop doing this, and we don't want to stop doing that, because we're making an impact here and there. And but there's a place where you have to say, okay, how does this all fit together? How do I get it all under one umbrella that makes sense? Sean, you do a lot of things. Oh, go ahead. Carol, did you have some more to add to
Oh,
that?
well, I was going
Yes.
to say I had coined the name Life by Design probably now 15 years ago, but never used it because I just kept things under the umbrella of Models West. And when Regina and I were working, and I went and looked at my LinkedIn account, I think, and I had it on there, and I'm like, oh, I have that name. Why don't we use this? Because we were trying to figure out how to put all this under an umbrella, because you do need
Right.
an umbrella. Because I was starting to feel like the man that stands on the street corner and opens his jacket and has all the stuff hanging
There
on
you
the
go.
inside of his
Yeah.
trench coat. And I was
Which is the
feeling
last thing we want, right?
no, yeah, because there were so many different, uh, well, products, modalities, techniques,
Yeah.
and in in the wellness, in the aging, in the in the spiritual realms, and such as
Yeah.
that. So, that was that I thank you for making me find that umbrella and put everything under it.
Good.
It has
And
made it easier to find the messaging.
exactly. It does when you can figure that out. And that's been a struggle for me as well, because I am passionate about families and marriages as well. My first book, my international best-selling book, is Bulletproof Your Marriage. And I was told early on in my journey to be a business coach, well, you can't mix those two things. You can't mix the business and the marriage piece. You got to do one or the other. Do the lane. But to me, they're still connected. And my motto actually is save a business, save a marriage, because I found it so much harder to get the interest of businessmen to come to a marriage retreat about working on their marriage than to come to a business retreat, right? Or to come to some kind of a business conference and learn more about how to have a successful business. So I said, okay, let's just go in the back door. We'll go in through the business and impact the marriage. Right. So my motto, save a business, save a marriage. As they get their business successful, it takes a lot of the stress off of the relationships at home, and they're able to work more on that home piece. So I have found a way to bring them together under one umbrella, but it's not been an easy journey getting there, as it has not been easy for some of you in your journeys as well. No. Yes,
Can I
Barb,
say one thing? When I
please.
first started, because I'm on a mission to make happiness the norm, and so many business people, so many coaches, and so many everybody's kept saying to me, you can't build a business on having people get happy." As more and more people are coming into their senior years, yes, they want to be happy because they're tired of they're tired of not being happy. And
Right.
now that I have found a way, because the wellness playroom, they get to pick and choose what part of it they want to work on first. And that's
There
where
you go.
Carol is too. They can work on what they want to work on first. Do they want to
Right.
work on, and like with you, do they want to work on their business first, or do they want to work on their marriage first? They are not
Right.
exclusive. And I truly believe that part of it is because more and more women are coming into business, that we really understand the strength that is found in numbers and in collaboration with ourselves, of each part of ourselves. Our business is not separate than our personal life.
Right.
Each thing is, and so now I think as we have gotten more and more women coming in and realizing that we can do more things, this is where you're seeing more and more companies like ours, that we do a plethora of different things and let the people choose
Right.
what they want to do. We all our work, all our
like that.
messages is that we have it available for you.
Right.
Yes, we have to pick the one we're going to talk about today. Absolutely.
Right. Based on our audience today,
Based on who we're talking to.
whenever
Like
you're speaking.
sometimes I talk about my personality signs because they want to save their relationship. Okay, great.
Right.
But they can
Right.
also see what else we do too. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to work on next. And
The
that's
thing
what
about
you
it,
get given. What do they
Yeah.
want to work on next? After
Next.
they got this in control, what do they want to work on next?
There you go. I like that.
Like
And
one
then
of my
the
things
thing-
is I want to write a book. I'm going to be talking to Sean because I want to write a
There
book.
you go. There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
And I come from
John.
an entrepreneurial family. My
Yeah.
father never ran less than 3 businesses at once. He had
Right.
7 going at one point. And I have two businesses that I run side by side, and they are very different. I have been in publishing for 30 years, and I've been a nutritionist for 5. And that happened in 2014. I was wheelchair bound. I was an out of control diabetic. I was so crippled up with RA, I was in pain 100% of the time. And I did an internet challenge with a friend, and it completely changed my life.
Right.
So I began working with that challenge on whole food keto. And when that program shut down, I went back to school to become certified so that I knew I was giving people the best information. And I have a nutrition program that focuses on whole food keto. And, obviously, I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm not diabetic. I'm doing everything I wanted to do. I'm back at it. I'm not in pain all the time. If I'm in pain, it's because I did something stupid.
Yeah, there's no medical intervention for stupidity.
Exactly. So for 5 years, I had to switch most of my focus onto the nutrition program to build it. But now that I'm more established in the business program, I can switch back and forth because I had enough clients already in the publishing arena to let that coast on just servicing my current clients. And I'm focusing now more on my writing and my editing.
Awesome. Ladies, we could go on for a long time, but we are actually out of time. So I want each of you to just give me your 30-second infomercial or elevator pitch, whichever you prefer. And then we've got to wrap up and get out the door. So Sean, go ahead. Your 30-second commercial here, infomercial.
My 30-second commercial, if you need ghostwriting, if you need PLR in any space you want, if you're looking for someone to help you with your blog or with publishing a book, I'm available.
Awesome. And Barb, your 30-second.
Okay. Are you one of the millions of people who is starting to feel your age, that you're devastated by when you're not liking what you're seeing in the mirror and you're looking for an answer? Well, I work with young at heart adults to show them how to slow down that aging process. Just to become the best ever version of themselves for the rest of their life.
Awesome. Very good. Carol.
Okay. I have a buffet of ways to customize, fit your needs so that you can look better, live better, and feel better. And so come for the advice and stay for the experience.
Awesome. And mine is business owners hire me to uncover a minimum of $100,000 in additional profit in their business, plus increased revenue and valuation in their company, because most businesses lack the desired profitability, cash flow, and structure to scale their business. So I help them create high levels of profitability and cash flow with an ROI between 100% and 1,000%. Bottom line, you'll have a business that finally provides all the benefits that you started your business for: cash freedom, time freedom, and enhanced relationships, because you're no longer dealing with a struggling business. Thanks, ladies, so much for being here today. Like I said, we could go on for a while longer, but thank you so much. Join us again next week on Pursuing Profit with Principles. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Friday, everyone. Your real worth isn't defined by your net worth. What makes you valuable is how you use what you have been given. All of us have gifts. Make sure you're making the most of yours. Have an amazing Friday.
It is now the bottom of the hour. I'm excited to welcome Nancy Matthews to our program today. Nancy is an author of a book. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it in the carousel for you guys. There it is, The One Philosophy. We're going to talk to Nancy not only about the re-release of the book, but also what it's been like for her to share the message with all of you guys. Nancy, great to have you on with us.
Hello, hello, hello. So happy to be here.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marketing and Mindset with America's Supermom. I'm excited to be here today. Can you believe that we are already in the month of April? Time is flying so quickly. It seems like just yesterday that we were celebrating Christmas and Happy New Year. And now it's April already. So I'm excited to dive into today's topic as we are preparing for the second quarter, how we're doing in our business and, continuing to forge on with our goals and aspirations for the entire year of 2022. So today we're going to be talking about sponsorships, ways that we can get help with the goals and aspirations that we might be having for the year of 2022. So we're going to dive into how we can do that in a way that allows us to stay focused and clear about what it is that we intend to do, as well as getting help along the way. So today's topic is all about sponsorships. So if you need to, go right now and get a pen, notebook, something that you can take notes on, or you can simply just save the video, share it with others, record it. I don't know, whatever has you in a position to where we're not just collecting information, but we are implementing it and putting it into practice. And many people are thinking, man, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I have 15 children, y'all. Now, I'm not actively involved of what they're doing every day because everybody has their own mind. They make up their own decision on what it is that they want to do and how they show up in the world. But just the responsibility of knowing that you have to somewhat be in a position to help facilitate people to walk in their greatness. And that is one of the things that I try to do with my children. You know, they're going to have their own mind. They're going to do things that maybe I don't agree with, maybe I don't even like, maybe I don't even want to tell people, right? But everybody has a choice, but you just want to lead by example. So thinking about being responsible to be a example for at least 15 people every day is a lot to think about. Now, many of you might be thinking, what, 15 kids? How do you do it? But think about it. Maybe you have a team, some coworkers on your job, family members, right? If you start adding those people up, it's a classroom of children, maybe as a teacher. We all have to exhibit leadership tendencies for whatever the situation may arise. And so we just think about doing that and doing that consistently in spite of the challenges that we face. So today we're going to be talking about the superpower of sponsorships, right? And I just want to say, you know, this is the third take for me. I have been in a situation to where my camera wasn't working and all these other kind of things. But, you know, it just life goes on. So I'm excited to be here nonetheless. It is just those moments of pre-recording jitters where things just kind of act kind of crazy, right? You're in a broadcast and things just start happening out of your control, but you know, it just stay the course, stay focused, and everything just has the tendency of working out. All right, so again, we're going to be talking about sponsorships. All right, so I am going to get my slides up here. All right. So the first thing I want to do is remind you guys that if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments because this is a live broadcast. And so it's kind of hard for me to navigate through questions and all this when I am actually trying to focus on the content that is happening before me. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. You can reach out to me on social media. And my email address will be scrolling through our website at the end. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you would like me to do any of these presentations, maybe you have a team of people for a business that you're a part of, or just a women's group, whatever, mastermind, I am always available for those type of opportunities. So today we're talking about sponsorship again. So sponsorship is an arrangement under which a company helps fund a radio or television program, a convention or other event, or a charitable organization in return for an opportunity to advertise. So when you think about sponsorship, you're thinking about contacting people to be partners with you, right? So if I am doing an ice cream social, right? I want to use this ice cream as a way to fellowship with youth in the community, and I want to serve ice cream. A natural sponsor might be an ice cream store, right? Or a grocery store. You want to think about who might have the most vested interests that aligns with your mission. So if I want to do an ice cream social, I would think about people that have ice cream, manufacture ice cream, maybe vend ice cream, they sell it, right? So I could think about, in addition to ice cream, maybe snow cones, right? Because maybe I can't get an ice cream vendor, but maybe I could have an ice cream or snow cones. So you can think about a snow cone vendor. You know, sometimes they have those little trucks, mobile snow cone trucks that come around. So you want to think about what is the overarching goal and the vehicle to get them there. Now, maybe you might think I want to do ice cream. You don't get any ice cream vendors, but you get a snow cone vendor. So it's kind of the same thing. It is about connecting over fellowship of a dessert item, right? Maybe it ends up not being snow cones, but you have desserts from a baker, right? Or a restaurant that serves desserts, right? So you want to think about the end in mind and who aligns with that ending, right? So that's how we can begin to think about ways that we can get sponsorships. Now, and thinking about these sponsorships, let's say you contact an ice cream manufacturer or whatever, and they are not in a position to actually give you ice cream. However, they could give you money for the event in exchange for you having the opportunity to go pick out your own flavors or whatever that looks like. And because they invest the money necessary for the number of youth that you might be doing the event for or whatever, they want to be able to advertise on all forms related to that event. So maybe it's the flyers that you send out. Then it's also maybe the agenda that you have planned. Maybe you hadn't thought to have a program book, but you end up having one because you do a little small summary about the manufacturing company, how you got connected. Maybe you tell your story. Maybe you do a reel on Instagram. You see where I'm going with this. You layer their connection throughout the whole journey. And this is an opportunity for you to highlight them and continue to promote your event. So money is one way. They also could donate in kind products. So maybe it doesn't look like the physical, the money per se, but they give you the ice cream. So that is more content that you could take pictures when you receive the ice cream, may go into the plant to pick it up. I don't know, go into the store to cash in the vouchers that they send you or whatever. Okay. So thinking about that, all these are quote unquote times that you can capture on film or something, a way that you can promote this throughout the life expectancy, so to speak, of the actual event. So from conception to completion, all along that journey, you can use these type of things to highlight your event. And then the other thing is new audiences. So let's say you get an ice cream manufacturer who decides to gift you ice cream and money, right? Maybe they have their own newsletter that they send out to their clients. And so maybe you can coordinate, give them pictures, and they add your event to their newsletter. So this gives you the opportunity to be in front of another audience. So another example is something that happened to me. I had someone approach me during the pandemic to do a keynote speech, and it was for a nonprofit organization. However, the people were poured into by other universities and things that kind of facilitated their overall goal, which was making sure that these women were raising their income above the poverty line. So I asked them what their budget was for the keynote, and they said, well, we were hoping you can do it in kind. It's been COVID, and we don't have a lot of resources and funds. And so I said, fine. I said, well, I have a book, and I would love to gift the book to the graduates. Is it possible for you to send me a testimonial on video and a letterhead explaining what it is that I'm going to be doing? And I would love to get a sponsor who could purchase my books and I can gift them to your organization. Well, they said that'd be fine. Next thing I know, within a week, I got an email saying that they had secured a sponsor. So they purchased my books that were shipped directly to them from my publisher. They originally ordered 200, but ended up getting 100 books. At one time, they had them shipped directly to them to gift to the students. And so that really put me in front of a different audience for all the people that received a copy of my book, as well as they also had a newsletter. They also had a podcast. So I was able to be featured in their newsletter that was sent to their audience, as well as being a guest on their podcast. So, and they were a guest on my podcast. So new audiences can definitely be a benefit from having sponsorships. All right, I'm going to go pretty quickly. I got a lot of slides. Another thing is highlighting your guests, right? So this is something that you might do in kind if you have a platform of your own. So you want to highlight guests in a particular program, whether it's something you're doing live or you have done in previous times. This is Leighton Robinson, who was a recent guest on my podcast. Now, this was featured during the podcast, but what happens when you're highlighting people, you're showing their slides, their visuals of who they are, they want to share them, right? They want to promote themselves to their audiences, give them updates. So this is a great way that you can collaborate with them on your platform and help them to highlight you on theirs. Okay. Another form of sponsorship that might be in kind. And when I say in kind, these are people that are doing things without you asking them to, but you are recognizing them as a form of sponsorship. You're advertising about something that they're doing. So special mentions. So again, on my podcast, I have a situation where this is a LinkedIn audience that I have. So I do these LinkedIn lives. With LinkedIn, you schedule the event and people register or sign up for a reminder. Whoever has signed up before I go live, I add their name to my special mention. So we can have people that, it might be one person, two person, it could be 5, 10, however many, right? But that is just something that I have chosen to do, is to highlight and give special mentions to some people that have signed up ahead of time to view my particular broadcast. So this gives you an opportunity to tag them in whatever it is that you're doing because you've mentioned them in your recording somewhere. The next thing is sponsorships, right? So thinking about how people can be connecting with you and sponsoring actual things from you. So that sounds like a tongue twister, but so what I'm saying here is I have a book again, and I have these books that I give out to people in the community or to groups or organizations related to those struggling with their mental health. Part of my journey is that I suffered from depression for 13 years. I was hospitalized 3 times. So now I'm passionate about really using my voice to give them strategies and tools so that they don't have to have the same story that I had. I'm using my journey to be able to help other people. And so as a result of that, I'm part of a book project. And the title of the book is Inspirational Women of the World. So we're raising money for the book, and the funds that we raise, a portion of them are going to be sent to women in Morocco to help them with entrepreneurship. But in addition to that, I offer the opportunity for people in my network to connect with me and sponsor a copy of my book that I gift to people. Okay. So as a result of them doing the sponsorship, I highlight them in terms of recognizing them on different social media platforms. So whether it's a post or it is something on my podcast, I believe that it really takes a village in order to move forward with a lot of things that we have going on with our businesses and things of that nature. So we can never do enough when it comes to appreciating people that are on the journey and are helping us to thrive and be even better than we were yesterday in whatever our intentions are in the world. So sponsorships is another thing. So I have Laquita and Alchavis here who have sponsored 5 copies of my books. So I want to highlight them. Each one of them purchased 5 copies. All right. Another thing is to share events with your tribe. This is another form of sponsorship. So you get people all the time, hey, can you share this flyer? Do you know anybody who might benefit from this event? All these type of things are opportunities for you to sponsor other people, highlighting them, sharing this information with your audience, and doing so in a way that helps people to see you as being a team player and a collaborator. All right. So this is an event that is coming up April 11th through the 22nd. And I recently interviewed the host of this event on a podcast, and it's just as recent as yesterday. So if you want to see that episode, feel free to follow my YouTube channel. But this is a great way for you to expand your reach. So this is an actual event that is going to be running as a series from April 11th to the 22nd. So I'm not the only speaker who will be featured in this event, but all the speakers will be sharing this. So as they share, you have the opportunity to be tagged by them or to tag them. And so the domino effect just ripples out even further. Okay, so sharing events with your tribe. Another thing is promoting yourself. Maybe you have something that's different, unique, that is something that you would like to share with your audience. So a great way for you to even promote the things you do is to simply create a slide, make a post, whatever it takes in order to let people know what you're up to, right? So you think back to sponsorship, it is a way to advertise. At the end of the day, whoever you decide to link arms with, you are still advertising. You are still marketing and promoting what you do, what service you provide, or what products you have available. So this is something that you really can do for yourself as well. All right. And then the last thing is thinking about interviews that you've been on, or if you have a platform to interview somebody, even just simply asking someone for an interview. It doesn't even have to be recorded. Have you ever heard of just saying, hey, can you join me for a cup of coffee, right? I would love to get your insights on X. Now, the thing about it that makes it very, I don't know, some people just feel like I don't have time to just have people pick my brain. I don't work for free or whatever. Well, one way that you can make that even more enticing is to give them some value for what it is that you're asking them for. I know so many people that spend time with me on a regular basis, and you can do things for free for them. You could make a post saying that you appreciated having coffee with them. You can tag them in the post. You can give them a recommendation, a testimonial. You can do this on several platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, right? Their website, provide testimonials. This is something that we think sometimes with a one-track mind. We think, how can I learn about X? And you do all the things, you ask all the people, but you never give them appreciation for the time and the investment that they have poured into you. Because everything is not always about money. It's about giving value to other people. So if you value their time, value by giving them a recommendation, a testimonial. And this is something that you can do simply watching a video. Have you ever considered how many people you sit there week after week waiting for them to record a new episode, and you never give them a review, you never give them a testimonial? Yes, the comments are great and we love the engagement, but sometimes just taking that extra mile to show your gratitude and appreciation for all the hours over time that they spend with you, giving you insights to help you be a better person. So yes, we can recommend them to friends, but It really means a lot when we take time to stop, to share our peace and our words to others, to recognize and show them our value and appreciation for the things that they do. So we are now at the end of the broadcast, guys. It just goes by so quick. But I want to thank you all for watching today. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to answer those. And I think it just goes to a testament to realize that it does take a village. We can't do it alone. And if you have any topics that you would like me to address in the future, feel free to let me know that as well. But in the meantime, I want to wish you a wonderful, prosperous April. Happy New Week, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.